Hey everyone, since the last match with Orks had me on a very small area with my boys, it made it so that the neutrals really couldn't kill them at all, which made it very easy for me to get to turn 20 with all the boys alive. Given that's the case, I figured I'd give it a try a second time, and this time I'm gonna set the landmass to very high, so that hopefully we'll have barely any water at all. That way, you know, there'll be more neutrals wandering around the map and they can probably come at my Orks a bit more in the early game. So let's just get started. Oh, bit of load time there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this map looks much better. I mean, I don't see any water close by at least, so let's see how this plays out. Okay, so I have an ore field here and some research over there, and my mechs can't really make it over there, but remember, I do have... They can also use here we go, so I can actually position them right here to grab that, but I'll take a -2 food, -20% to my food. But this whole area is desert, so I'm getting 20% negative food no matter what. And so I think that's the best way to go. I'm going to use here we go. And I didn't get that extra movement point to get up there. Why? Oh, elevation. Okay. So this is actually like a cliff, so he can't actually march up there. Okay, that's I'm gonna have to think about this for a bit then. Okay, first things first, let's grab that resource, grab this resource to see what's over there, and that's actually... Oh, I was able to get to here, which will give me plus 40% food. Okay, so I think the best option for me is to actually... This also has plus 10% production to military buildings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to march over here so I can grab this as well as that tile, and probably grab this ore field as well. So I'm going to settle right here. So I'm going to charge over and build a settlement there. And the first tile, since this is a 3 production tile, I can build a building right on the first turn, but I'm not going to. I'm going to acquire this tile for the plus 40% ore and build an ore building there. Research wise, again, I'm going to start with the commando camp, and I have an outpost here that I can't see, so I'm actually going to move this orc over here to support him first, and I can grab that at any time because it's really close to my capital anyways. So that's the end of my first turn. There we go, lots of Kroot hounds. Unexpectedly that one ran away, but 3 new ones appeared. So I'm going to shoot this with my capital and have this orc, let's see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is not enough to get him into range of those guys, so I am going to have to use this orc to kill that, and I'll also scout out the last outpost. And again, it won't be enough movement to get here, because 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to move him here to just so that he's going to step on that outpost next turn. And this guy, why can't he? Oh, it's ridge lines all around this tile, so he has to go up here, over here, and down here for his movement, which is really awkward, but that's fine. Okay, so he's going to move down towards the other orc boys, and I'm going to end this turn. Good thing I moved there, because wow, 2 more Kroot hounds appeared, so that makes a whole bunch of them. Okay, I need to run him away to heal. So I'm going to, let's see, he will grab this. I will move him here into the city to heal, and I'm going to move this guy up to attack. No, I'm going to bait him in. So I'm going to just position them together so that if he moves in, he's going to get shot by both of these guys on Overwatch. And I captured this tile, so I'm going to build the ore building with plus 40% ore. And I'm going to end my turn there. So I get... Ooh. Yep, so the Overwatch hammered those guys apart. He took a bit of damage, but that's okay. Let's see... I am going to have my capital... Oh, my capital can't shoot because this is a forest tile, so it's actually considered out of range. Okay, so I'm going to have this boy's attack, and have this second boy's kill, and I'm going to move these boys up over here towards the other ones. And these guys really need healing now. They're both pretty heavily damaged, so let's end my turn. And so I'm gonna move this guy up because I see a tile here that's an outpost again, and it found me ambles already. Okay, so he's going to attack those ambles. Again, these guys need healing. I'm going to run this guy here to the Orkoid fungus because it's gonna pull him in, and the Overwatch should shoot him and do quite a bit of damage. And this guy, I am going to move back into it. Move one of them into this Orc City tile so I can just heal for a turn. Okay, there we go. 2 shots, that guy's dead. Okay, let's see. So as I said, I'm going to heal this guy, I'm going to heal that guy, and I am going to move... I know I saw an amble move down here, so he should be on this tile. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move them back like this. Don't really want to attack because I need to get these other boys healed up first. So let's heal them up first, then attack afterwards. So again, I'm going to research more Daka, even though I don't have barracks yet. So there we go. Quite a bit of some good attacks there to weaken them a lot. And I can now finish this guy with him. And he is really damaged, so I am going to move back to the Orkoid fungus with this guy as well. He's just going to stand here and heal up as much as he can. And I am going to construct the commando camp. And the question is where to build it. Let's see, the commando camp... I have some other plus 40% food tiles, so I'm going to build it right on my capital. Ideally, it would have been placed right here with the plus 10% production, but I'm not going to waste 4 turns grabbing 1 tile and then 2 tiles to get just for 10% production. Alright, so again, some Overwatch shooting, really hammered apart those ambles, left them at 6 hit points, and then I'm just going to finish it off with the boys. Recruit Hound appeared on that front, but again, given the damage that my boys have taken so far, I'm just going to have them heal up for now. All of them. Again, I mean, I'm getting some decent kills, I'm getting resources, which is what you really want at the start. You don't want to lose your boys, and you want to earn some influence and ore in the early game. And that's really all you're asking for. So in some ways, it's like a camping strategy where you make attacks to kill things. Okay, so 15 hit points, 16 hit points. That's actually enough to go exploring a bit. So I'm going to kill this hound. It should be fairly safe to do so. Yep, so there's nothing close by, and they got to kill the hound, which gives me again more influence and more ore. This guy just needs 1 more turn to heal up, so... And yeah. That's the end of this turn. Ooh. Cabbage and Devil, and then 2 more Recruit Hounds. So basically, this time I'm having a lot of units appear, which means I'm just playing a camping strategy. Just using my city's turrets, I guess, to hammer down these guys and then just finish them off with my boys. In this case, I want to keep that gun available, because if he moves in, those guns will really rip apart that Catachan Devil. So what I'm going to do is I'm moving this now fully healed boys to attack it and hope they kill him, which it did. Sweet! And I'm going to take the higher hit point one, which is this one, move it here to finish off this crew round. That way he moves in, this will shoot it, this guy will shoot him, and he'll take some damage, but it won't be enough damage to kill a 17 hit point boys. And then next is research again. It's now tier 2, which is of course the next bit yard, so I can expand. Clear the notifications and end my turn. Nope. So the catachin devil ran away. And it also means that there is a devil's nest somewhere over there. Next, so this turn I can 1, 2, 3, 4. If I use the here we go, I can step onto the onto the encampment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy with here we go to this tile first. So it will scout out anything that's close by. And there's nothing there. So now I will use here we go and grab the tile. So that's the basic movement method. Take the guy further back, use him to scout, then move the closer guy in if it's safe. He needs 2 hit points, so if I hold position to heal, he'll heal 1 from the fungus and heal a 2nd hit point by resting a turn. Oh, again, the catachin devil, so yep. So I see that there's an outpost here, and there's also an outpost, a resource over here. So there's 2 separate resources I could grab. But that one's closer to those devils, so I want to hold off on that one. Okay. So again, take the guy further back. I'm going to have to move him here. And it found me a Crute Hound. That's okay, I will move him. Yeah, I'm not going to grab it this turn then. I'm just going to set up. Yeah, I'm just going to set them up here. Unfortunately, I will have to take some damage because it's just out of range and I don't have here we go ready. But my 3 boys are together. I can take some damage on one of them and the other 2 will be able to push. So let's see. Yep. So it moves in. It gets shot by both of these boys. So I don't take that. Ooh, yeah. So I don't take that much damage. Knocked him down to 11 out of 19, but he had damage before that. So I want to get out of range of the catachin devil. That's really the priority. Let's see. How can I get to that outpost is the question. I don't think I can get to that outpost this turn. So okay, I'm going to move up a little, scout out a bit more, kill him. He should have a 3 view range, which would let him see over here. So I'd be better off grabbing that layer. So I'm just going to move in like this, and this guy needs to get some healing. So is there any orcoid fungus close by? There's one all the way in front there, but the only closest one is back there. So he won't really be able to move to a healing spot because this is too dangerous. He'll be able to see it and attack it. So what I will do with this orc boy is just keep him with the group. He'll stand 1 step behind, and hopefully if this area is safe, then he can step on that one to heal, or even step onto the ruins. Next, warboss training time. And I have, because this was plus 40%, I have positive food production right now, but I should capture a tile for food production, which I will do so this turn, and I'm going to end it. Well, so the catachin devil is here. I think I'm going to go for that kill because it's, yeah. So I'm going to go for this kill. I'll move in with 1, move in with 2, and it's actually not enough damage to kill it, so I will get this guy to heal it. Oof. 6.5 more damage. Alright, I will move him into the city where he can heal, get the city bonus healing as well as the orcoid fungus heal bonus. These one attack, shoot him to kill him off, and I will grab the outpost. And it also lets me attack the Catachin Devil's Lair. I actually 4.5 damage to 24 hit points. It means I'm going to need, you know, what, 5 or 6 attacks. It's not worth trying to kill. It's better to wait for the warboss to come out because the warboss can just one-shot one of these buildings. So I have to construct something new, which is going to be, in this case, either food or ore. Mechbit's Yard comes out in 2 turns, and the ideal location for a Mechbit's Yard is a plus 20% research, because it actually grants a pretty good amount of research, but I don't have a tile that does that. So because I don't have that, I'm going to give myself additional production instead, which is one of these 2 tiles. So I will spend these next 2 turns capturing one of these tiles. And they, let's see. Yeah, so I'm just going to capture this one because it has 3 I can build 3 buildings on it as opposed to 2. So let's exit, clear notifications, and turn. Alright, so as I was saying, this Orkboyz is heavily damaged, needs healing, he'll hold position. And I can't kill, as I was saying, I can't kill this Devil's Lair, so let's move in this direction instead. And scout. Clear that. And I'm going to end this turn. Mechbit's Yard is up. Warboss is in 2 turns. I will begin construction on the Mechbit's Yard. And in the meantime, these 2 orcs, it's 2 turns. I'm going to play it safe so that I can kill this Catachin's Devil's Lair and keep these boys alive. So I'm not going to move in this direction yet. I'm just going to hang around my city. And I'm going to begin research on the weirdboyz. Alright, this guy's fully healed. Warboss out next turn. I want him to be going in this direction, so I'm going to set the rally point here so that he goes. So, just so you guys know, new units spawn with 2 movement points, but if they spawn, for example, on this side, then it's like, let's say they spawn here, and I use 2 movement points, it'll only get him here, to this tile. But if I use the rally to make sure he goes to here, it's just 1 additional tile of movement that he's just slightly further ahead. And it might seem like it doesn't matter, but, you know, because this is a forest tile here, this would be 1, 2, 3 movement. Whereas if he spawned here, he has 1, 2 movement, and the 3rd movement will get him to be into attack range of the Devil's Nest. So, yeah, these boys are just gonna be chilling, waiting for the warboss to come out. Skip the unit and turn. Alright, warboss is up. Oh, he has an additional movement. I didn't expect that. I think that means I can... No, because using Here We Go would just give you 1 movement point, which would just leave him stuck on this tile. So I'm gonna level him up with the attack squid. It gives 3 more attacks, which is huge. So so he just goes up there, and might as well shoot it, since he can. And the boys are just gonna get ready to support the warboss, just in case the warboss can't one-shot the Devil's Nest. I also, because I was killing things left and right, I actually have enough resources to make a 2nd warboss, and I'm going to do that. I mean, why wouldn't you? More warbosses! More power! Alright, so skip the unit and end the turn. Okay, so warboss steps into the shop. Let's see what there is to buy here. Oh, I just used up all my influence, so I can't buy anything, in fact. But there's a whole bunch of items, and you know, it is what it is. It's not like I really need them, to be honest. So the warboss will attack the devil's nest, knocks it down by what, 13 hit points? Nice. So meanwhile, the other boys are just there to accompany the warboss. They'll watch him fight. Okay, so let's move up. Oh no, not flyers! These flyers are the worst things for orcs to face in the early game. They have absolutely nothing that can kill them until you get the weirdboyz out. So that's a hassle. But that's okay, it's only one. Yeah, I'm just gonna move back in this direction. Uh-oh. Enslaver! Okay. So I know what's in that direction as well, and I'm going to end the turn. Alright, so I want to get away from this thing, and I don't want the enslavers to capture my boys, so what I'm going to do is it's 3 movement. Yeah, I can only get to here, so that's okay. Yep, so I'll just start moving all my units back a bit. And in the meantime, yeah, let's just end the turn. So at this point, the warboss should be leading the charge if possible. And let's move up a bit. Scout out things a bit. There's nothing there, so let's move the warboss up. Aha, Catachan Devil. So I don't want to move any closer. At least not on this turn. Next, I have a building to make. My food production is dying, so I need to get that food production up. So I'm going to build the farm now. I actually forgot about it, which makes me unable to produce mechs. Oops. So that actually puts me a little bit behind. So I made a mistake there. I should have built the food earlier. Alright. So skip this unit, clear, and end the turn. Alright, so weirdboyz. I have them researched, and I don't have enough food to make them either. In hindsight, it might have been better for me to start with a food rather than the ore building at the start. But nope, that's something that I can test another time. Oh, getting back to this match, let's grab that. There's absolutely nothing in this area, so I'm going to grab whatever artifact this is. Let's see, it gives my units more hit points. It's always nice. So now my boys have 24 hit points, up from what did they have before, around 20. So let's move these guys up. Oops. Oh, that was annoying. Okay, so they're gonna take a lot of damage, but then I can use my warboss to finish it off. Okay, so because I made a mistake in the building to build at the start, I now have a ton of ore and no food, so I can't train anything. Okay, well, let's research pain boys next. That's interesting. One ran away, one came, and the enslaver marched over here. So I'm going to use my warboss to hit the enslaver, and I just instantly knocked them. Wow. 38 hit points. So I don't want my boys attacking that enslaver at all. Okay, so let's use a healthy one, move him up to attack, get this guy on the orcoid fungus, attack, and get this guy in to attack. So it wasn't enough to kill the devil with 3 of them, but they did good work. And the second warboss is out, and I'm going to do the same thing. Attack squid to start. Since I should have changed the rally point earlier. Should have made it here, but no big deal. Next, again, I'm just capped by the amount of food I have, which is none. So I can't train anything until this squid hut is finished. Okay, not bad. Warboss charges in and smashes into it and kills a devil right there. My warboss will fight against those enslavers, nearly killing it off, but not quite. And these guys will just finish on that one. And he's really heavily damaged, so I'm going to use Here We Go and get him on the tundra on the outpost tile to heal up. And next, I'm going to give this warboss more hit points to make him harder to kill. Finally, he's leveled up as well, and again, the same thing, more hit points. Let's end the turn. So I see he ran off to the Necron Tomb tile, which is just out of range for me. So with two of those devils here, there has to be a nest close by. Let's just scout, which didn't find it at all. There we go. 20 hit points, that should be enough. Let's grab the outpost and attack. Just in case it... And this one needs to heal up. So you can see just how useful that extra tile of movement is. It just lets the orc units, you know, get into the outpost tiles to heal, or get onto orcoid fungus to heal. It just makes them so versatile in so many ways. I continue to desperately need food. Yeah, so it was a huge mistake to start with the ore building. I really needed to start with food building. I will... Lesson learned for next time. No choice but to build a second food building. And I still can't train anything. Let's just shoot that, since he can. And he needs healing, so he's just gonna stand here and heal up. Next turn. Weirdboyz has been researched. But I can't train them! Again! Alright. So, as I did before, warboss attacks this. Finish it off with a boys. This warboss, yeah, I'm going to move him up to attack. And then I'm going to finish off that devil's lair with the other orc boys. Next research item is going to be... Let's see... I think the best option... I can get more food or I can get armor. Don't really need food right now, so let's get more armor. Well, I do need food, but I think combat... You know what? Let's just get more food. I think I'm really struggling with food right now, so let's end the turn. Alright. So, I can't kill this flying guy, but I could kill that guy if I move in. But I don't know if there's more flying guys hidden in the Fog of War there. So I'm going to play it safe. Okay, so use the boys to attack and finish off those Kroot hounds. I'm going to grab this outpost here and going to get away from that flyer by moving back. Oops, I should have finished healing these guys. Yeah, it's okay. At 20 hit points, they're nearly impossible to kill. I'm going to skip this guy's turn and go to the next turn. So, oh, it's a ridge line here, and then I have to walk through wireweeds to get through. So I really, they're almost forcing me into those flyers, and I don't have my weirdboyz or really my anything to attack it. So yeah, let's not do that. Let's pull back and go into the other direction then. Two more turns until I can start training mechs and those things. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this end it at this point. I mean, I survived 30 turns with all my boys alive and with my warbosses out in play. You know, the big mistake I made this game was obviously not building a squid herd at the start. Instead, I built the ore gathering building. So that's one thing I could have improved. It would have made it if I had built the farm instead of the ore building at the start, then I would have had, you know, the mechs out, you know, an extra mech, you know, so I would be expanding a second city already. I would have a weirdboyz out, and I would probably be producing a paint boy at this point. So yeah, I mean, again, the main point of this video was to show you how to use the boys in the early game, which is really just, you know, playing defensively, using them to attack any crude hounds that appear, but you really don't need to explore very far because those crude hounds just wander around. So as long as you know, keep a good view of the area, you'll be able to find crude hounds that you can attack for influence and for ore. Thanks for watching, guys.